Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it is Saturday, and that means it's BOLO Day. And we give you some great items that sold over the past week. A little deep dive into what they are, why they sold, how you can find them, and hopefully a little humorous banner. So be funny, Mr. Magazine. No pressure.
Okay, up we got...
you failed miserably.
Paperboy, Marvel Legends, Hasbro, and Build-A... Oh, no, I mean Fing Fang Foom, Marvel Legends, Hasbro, Build-A-Figure parts lot. So I think it's missing the body.
Oh, jeez.
And some feet, right?
Oh, jeez.
Because what have we seen? And an arm and a wing. So anyways, I took $80 on this. I'm like, I didn't pay anything for it.
Oh, my God.
And it's like half of the figure.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. I mean, the figure might be $200, but again, how many people need those parts?
I was going to say, that's insane.
But the head's a good one at least. But again, like you said, the tail's there, the two pieces of the tail. So you need a wing, body, and 2 feet. So it's probably half, but for $80, I'm like, I'm taking it and going. You know,
now
regardless of what my lister put it up at.
Now is BAF, is that accepted for Build-A-Figure?
Build-A-Figure, yep.
Okay, yep. Did not know that.
There you go. Next up, The Village Voice, New York City, January 98, Roe versus Wade, Susan Brown Miller. A customer bought a bunch of these voices, but this seems the one that, like, anything Roe versus Wade, I would say buy it up and it's going to sell.
Definitely. Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Well, that was easy.
It was very easy. Next up, Kiss Nation #1 Marvel Comics, 96 gatefold cover, Doctor Strange. It's not worth much by itself.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
But it's, it might be $10, $15. But again, it's a 9.8, and it's the only one. So,
that's comic book size?
Yeah.
I have never, ever seen that before.
I bought a Kiss collection, and there was a bunch of weird Kiss stuff in there. I got a bunch of it graded. This came back the highest grade. I think I took $150 on it. Again, I didn't have much into it, so the way things are slow right now, I'm taking my money and running.
So that's a $15 book, ungraded?
Yep.
Wow, I've never seen that. That's crazy.
All right, next up, Bert Henry, The Hard Way Comedy Routine. This is an adult record, and it got 5 bits for $28. So we had other adult records. I thought they'd go for more money, but again, it's that time of the year where they're selling for a lot less than they probably should be, but this did go for $28. A couple other ones, I had one for $18.
But again, this is something or other that you'll find in the record collection, even after the record people went through.
Right.
Because they're looking for Led Zeppelin or they're looking for rare jazz, and they're not looking for this.
Right, true.
And this is something or other, heck, if you see it out there for $1, you can get 28 out of it. Let them all kill each other for the Beatles albums, and you go, yeah, I got 3 Bert Henry records.
Exactly, yeah.
Which could be worth more than some of the Beatles records.
Oh, it's true, yeah, for sure. Next up, Millennium Falcon Vintage Star Wars Scanner, incomplete, $63. It's probably missing 5 or 6 parts on there, but
now it seems like you've shown something like this before, so you must have had a few of these.
We had 2 recently. One was missing a lot, and I think it went for $40. This one had a few more parts and went for $60. I
think you had it worth was there something open up on that or something?
Yeah, the back part. Yeah.
Yeah, you had something open in the other picture.
Right over there.
Yeah.
So it did have a bunch of the parts, not the best shape, a little discoloring, but $60, I'll take it right now.
Glad one of us pays attention during the bolos.
Exactly. Next up, New York Times Complete, newspaper, October 28th, 2022, Ukraine War, still relevant 2 years later, and I got $20 for this.
And what's the cover price on it? $2, $3, something like that?
Yeah, I think $150 to $2. Yeah, I think $2, and Sundays are like $5 or something like that.
Right, so it's not a bad little return.
No, not at all. Next up, 1974 Larry's Tow Truck Red Lines, Hot Wheels, or Red Line tires. It's a Hot Wheel, but look at the condition of it. Really rough, a lot of paint wear, and I took $15.
Well, that's one, and if you're a Hot Wheel collector, you definitely know that there's a lot of variance on that one. Because of the phone number.
Yeah, and then I think, not a good picture, but the red line's there, so don't mistake this for the one without the red lines. It's going to be worth less.
Well, yeah, it all comes down to the phone number because people were making calls to anybody that had that phone number.
That's crazy.
So they had to change the phone numbers, I remember.
That's funny. Last up for me, King Cobra Battle Beats Hasbro 1987. This one for $40, and I think it's a small little figure, yeah. I wouldn't know who it is, but my employee did, and that's all that matters.
Came from Battle Beasts. Okay, interesting. Alrighty, we got a few things this week. We're going to start it off with something that I tried to sell for $3. Everybody laughed at me over on Whatnot, so I said, fine, I'll make the money. Focus on Film number 21 with Ellen Bernstein, a whole bunch of other people, all great, great big stars. Took a $15 offer on it. It's more than the $3 I tried to get on Whatnot. Next item I had up, Scholastic Scope. Now, these magazines are like 8 pages, 12 pages, something like that. And you tend to find a lot of them together because they were given out in schools, or people bought them when they went to school. However they got them when they were in school, and they would have gotten like a whole year's worth and saved a whole year's worth of them. So you'll find them out there. To get $48 for it, I mean, it's a loaded issue. It's got Woodstock, Joe Namath, Janice Ian. And of course, you do the pictures.
Kind of psychedelic too, right?
Yep. So you should be able to remember that cover. But these are the kind of magazines that a lot of other people don't want. They're not after these, so I can end up buying things like this. I'm one of the only people out there buying stuff like this. Up next, Weatherbe Guide, Firearms and Scopes Catalog, 1965. Went for $78.
Wow.
I actually went to somebody locally who did a local pickup on it, and they said they'd been looking for this particular year for a few years now.
Wow.
So
it's crazy, the demand for it. You would never think that.
No.
Especially it's not that old for guns,
Yeah.
Wow.
And obviously there was a second person that wanted it.
Yeah.
To be able to bid it up to that. So, hey.
Is it thick or just regular magazine size? As far as pages?
152 pages. So it's a
good
size catalog right over there.
A lot of info in there.
But yeah, happy to get $78 out of that, obviously. Yeah. And that right there, I know people have asked, why do you put things up for auction? 11 bids. That's why. That pays for an awful lot of items that I bring up for auction.
Absolutely.
And that's absolutely why I do it.
Yeah.
Up next, Boy Scouts and Cub Scout membership card lot of 4. You've probably had cards like these before.
Don't look familiar, but that doesn't mean anything with my memory.
So these would have been given out to kids that were in the Boy Scouts and all that. I believe that's Norman Rockwell on the left-hand side.
Seems a little cheap, but,
$6 a piece, and there was no rhyme or reason to them. In fact, if you look, they're Ohio, New York. They're from different people, different years. It's just kind of they were all together when I bought them, and I said, I don't know how to sell them otherwise. I'll just put them all together. So I was happy to get $24 out of those.
So if people find them out there, they should be prepared to sell them cheap.
It's the Boy Scout way. Up next, Office of Civil Defense Booklet, Protection Against Gas. I could use that
My wife needs that one for me.
1941, WW2, $32. And we've always said out here, civil defense stuff does sell. And again, that went for $32. Very, very happy with a sale like that.
Cool.
And the final item this week, man using push lawnmower. A lot of 2 vintage snapshots. It took 10 years to sell. But kind of a neat little photos over there for somebody to have. No idea why they took those pictures, saved those pictures. No idea. But I ended up picking them up, and it took 10 years, but I got like $10 out of them. So a little bit happy with that as well. I'm not a big photo guy. Nowadays, I probably would sell the 2 of them over on Whatnot for $3. And that raises the question, better off getting $3 and if Whatnot were around in 2014, or better getting $10 in 2024. Probably better getting $3 in 2014 in that case.
I'll say so.
Yep. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Do hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.